خشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين
واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم 2 فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون
صدق الله العظيم.
You are listening to the Breakfast Rush.
اللهم رحمتك أرجو فلا تكلني إلى نفسي طرفة عيني وأصلح لي شأني كله. اللهم لا إله إلا أنت لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم رحمتك أرجو فلا تكلني إلى نفسي طرفة عيني وأصلح لي شأني كله. اللهم لا إله إلا أنت لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم رحمتك أرجو فلا تكلني إلى نفسي طرفة عيني وأصلح لي شأني كله. اللهم لا إله إلا أنت لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك.
This Surah Yasin was brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your day.
There's something cooking at Murchison Spice, and its name is Elite Basmati Rice, available throughout the Middle East and now available in South Africa. Brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg. Available in golden cellar and premium white, high in vitamins and low in calories. Perfect for the health conscious. Contact Murchison Spice on 033 387 2121. That's 033 387 2121. Murchison Spice. Taste the East.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African, and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Your award-nominated Breakfast Rush with Nichal Sarawan.
I love every bit of it.
I am so proud to be part of your family, the program. I love my program.
You guys are in my heart, in my car, everywhere. TBR is most amazing.
You are the breakfast team that we wake up to every morning. I think if you guys are not there when I switch on the radio, my morning would not be made.
Monday to Friday, 6 till 8 a.m.
Almost 1 in 5 South African children attend school each day without having eaten breakfast. This seriously affects their ability to concentrate and understand lessons. The Al-Imdad Foundation's Make Breakfast Possible campaign allows learners to enjoy a high-energy cereal at the start of the school day. Help children to focus on learning and not hunger. Let's make breakfast possible today. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Inspiration for the Ummah, your morning nasiha.
I love you, Allah.
الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم said رطبوا لسانكم بذكر لا إله إلا الله. Always freshen your tongues with the word لا إله إلا الله. Always keep dhikr of Allah on your tongue no matter what. Why? Whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tries you and tests you, the first thing you will say is the dhikr of Allah. I have a friend back in Australia, a colleague of mine, teacher. He's from Uganda. And you know, sometimes we look at people from Uganda or from different countries, we think they're primitive, you know. But wallahi, we learn so many lessons from these people, because from their primitive life, big lessons are learnt. Every prophet was a sheep herder, for example. We were driving, I was his passenger, and as he was parking the car, he hit the curb. You know the curb? Suddenly he said, Astaghfirullah. I said, brother, you haven't done anything wrong, it's okay. Ask Allah for forgiveness. He said, oh, no. I'm not, it's not that. He said, subhanallah, I made a decision 10 years ago. Anytime I'm startled, I got used to saying something that Allah is pleased with. So sometimes I say astaghfirullah, sometimes I say subhanallah, sometimes I say la ilaha illallah, sometimes I say la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. I said, subhanallah, that is an enormous lesson. At the time of calamity, when you are startled, you say subhanallah, la ilaha illallah. We were on our way over here and we almost had an accident. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbid. And I could hear whispers, subhanallah, la ilaha illallah, words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the time of startling, imagine if you are crossing the road and a car comes and hits you. You see the car. What would your last words want to? What would you want your last words to be in the time of calamity? Dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the servant, ibtalah, He will try you. إِذَا أَحَبَّ اللَّهُ عَبْدًا ibtalah. If Allah loves a servant, He will try him or her.
TBR it is, 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg, as we come up to 23 minutes now after 6 on this beautiful morning. How are you doing wherever you are? It's the 14th day of April 2026. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. And welcome on into your breakfast rush here on Radio Al Ansar. Nazmeera Cassim, how are you doing today?
All good, alhamdulillah. It is the 25th of Shawwal, 1447. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. How are you?
Good. Taking it easy.
You sound a little bit, just like a little bit fluish.
Yeah, no, don't even put that into the world. I got a big weekend ahead.
Like 2.5%.
Can't do it.
So now is the time
Yeah.
for the turmeric milk, and that 2.5% will vanish.
Okay. We need a volunteer to make the turmeric milk. I'll tell you that much. But anyway. Hey, it's TBR. It's 24 after 6. Interesting. But also a little bit concerning, some of the questions that come through on WhatsApp. And I find that I've got to say this, continuously. You're asking questions of the Mufti, and he's not here. Here, meaning the Durban Radio Al Ansar studio. He's not sitting in this studio, and you're asking questions that are coming through on WhatsApp. When I get here in the morning and I'm opening up WhatsApp, I can see these questions unread, which leads me to believe that Mufti Saab did not get your question, will not get your question, because nobody's sitting here to send it to him.
I think we need to get you to do a sting, and we'll play it before the Fajr Azan every morning.
No, it's not even that. It's like they do give you their WhatsApp number.
Yes, correct.
They do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's imperative that you use their WhatsApp number to send messages to them. Because just like literally, if you're sitting there thinking, I'm always getting ignored, you're not getting ignored. They're just not receiving your message because you're sending it to the wrong place, which is unfortunate because some of these questions are very important questions that many people can benefit from the answers. So ask your questions, yes, please, but ask them in the right place. Send your questions to them directly so that they can answer it. Now, it's 26 after 6. Tuesday morning, negotiations between Iran and the US collapsed this weekend in Pakistan. This has created fear that the war waged by the US and Israel on Iran is far from over. We'll be discussing that in a bit on the program. And because it's Tuesday, Brother Altaf Raouf will be stepping into the program a little bit later on as well. There's a lot coming.
I'm excited. I am so excited.
What you excited
Because
about?
it's a Tuesday. It's a busy show. There's going to be my favorite nasheeds and nath in between.
Oh, that's every day.
And I know. But it's exciting because one day has passed. It's the second day of the week.
Yeah.
If we minus today, there's just 3 more to Saturday.
Right.
And there's big things happening this weekend. But we'll tell you about that later.
You're already counting down to the weekend.
I am. And I've learned from you and Colonel
Yeah.
Raouf to now start leaving things in suspense, which is why I said we'll tell you why later.
Later on. Why not? Hey, right now you can send your WhatsApp messages through to us 0609041056. I see salams coming through on YouTube as well. Assalamu alaikum, Hajra Habib. Hope you have a joyful day today, a blessed day. Assalamu alaikum. Famida as well. She says, Assalamu alaikum, my Durbanite family. This is Famida from the UK. Lovely to have you watching in your Breakfast Rush on YouTube this morning. I know it's running on Facebook Live as well, so go for it. If you're listening in right now and you want to have a quick look, see what the studio looks like and all of that, then YouTube Live at Al Ansar Media and go to the live video. Should be the one right on the top of the page. No hassles. Click into that. On the bottom end of your screen, you'll see a subscribe button and a little bell. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and you'll get notifications every time we go live as well.
You can watch how Nichal always fights with his mic and how I try and set my scarf.
Well, we're working with we're working on things over
It's that level of live.
Yeah. Everything happening back behind the scenes. So I've maintained this from the beginning of my career.
Mm-hmm.
Radio is like nothing else.
Yeah.
Absolutely like nothing else. Radio is this amazing platform. Like you see on the screen right now, the evolution of radio is now. I mean, it's been ever evolving for over 120 years, give or take. But the evolution into visual is now. And you see on your screen, if you're watching YouTube right now, Zach's throwing up images from our YouTube channel. So that's what you look for. You look for Al Ansar Media, and then you've got the subscribe button, the bell button, all of those things to get you in so you can get the notifications every morning when we go live. And then you see all the various different videos from all of the different programs that use this feature on YouTube. I call it listening on demand.
It is.
Because you can always go back on those videos and listen to something that you may have missed or you may have enjoyed and just you want to enjoy it again. You can go to all of the previous videos. There's promo videos, full-on shows, all of those lovely things. That's on offer from Radio Al Ansar.
And the best part is you can share it. So you can copy the link and share it onto your groups, onto your WhatsApp status, everywhere really, your other social media accounts, so other people can share in the barakah as well.
So there you go. 6:30, we've got to get you your first look at traffic this morning. But as I always say, you are our eyes and ears, right? So if you're driving right now and you see something that we should be mentioning to everybody else, then pop us a message on WhatsApp. Again, it's 0609041056. It comes up on the screen. That's right there, just below the camera that you're looking at me on. And we can give that information to everybody else. There's your WhatsApp number. It's on the screen there. Right? Found it. Anyway, where your incident's taking place, we need that. So what direction you're driving in. You're going north, you're going south, you're heading towards, wherever. Send us as much information so we can inform others. So they would know, stay away from that area.
Breakfast Rush Traffic.
Colonel Raouf, assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah. How are you doing this morning?
We have got a very, very hectic day today.
What can you imagine? It's Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, let me tell you what's happening on the road. If you're traveling on the NQ this morning, lots of construction work taking place. Between Nottingham Road and Escort, there's lane restrictions as well. As you come in towards Bergville Toll Plaza. Between Harrismith and Warden as well. Between Villiers and Heidelberg, also lane restrictions. You are going to be traveling, take note of that, please. Overcast weather on the M3 this morning, all the way from Pietermaritzburg towards Mooi River. It's starting to rain as you go towards Escort, so forth, Ladysmith. So it's starting to drizzle, so those are going to be wet. Make sure you're prepared for that, please. Accident on the N3, Durban bound, near Swinburne. 2 trucks involved in this one. The recovery is in progress. The entire Durban and Johannesburg bound remain closed. So it's closed. The N3 is closed. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. Vehicles are being stacked on the freeway until the scene is cleared up. Just make sure that you prepare yourself for this. You, before that area, stop at a garage, spend some time there to do that. Protest action on the in R102 between Green and Jimmy Gogo. The road is completely closed. There's things that are burning on the road. Stay away from the police. The authorities are aware of it. They're going to be going there to sort it out shortly. If you're traveling on the N3 again this morning, you come to Cater Ridge, between Cater Ridge and Camperdown, you've got very thick mist. Just be aware of the trees. Your headlights are on. You can see you in the mist because it's quite bad. Looking at pictures coming through on a video, very, very musty conditions. So the N2 is starting to get busy already. Northbound as you approach the Spaghetti Junction, just allow for some extra traveling time there, please. That's your first update.
Thank you very much, Colonel Raouf. You take it nice and easy, and we'll catch up with you a little bit later on the show. Right, Assalamu alaikum to you as well. Now, if you're on the roads, there you go. You got your heads up. Let's figure out what's happening weather-wise.
The weather update. I think it's going to be playtime weather.
Okie dokie, mostly cloudy for Durban. I know yesterday I said to you it's going to rain later on the day, and it did. Very late on in the day, but it did. That's when I kind of had to go outside and got wet in the rain. That's where you get this whole nasal thing from.
What time was that?
That was late in the night, man. That was like around about 9 o'clock.
That's how I don't know about what you're talking about.
So 9 o'clock last night. But anyway, mostly cloudy for Durban today. 28 degrees at lunchtime. Pietermaritzburg, a cloudy 27. Richards Bay today, mostly cloudy. Lovely 32 degrees. Going to be sweaty in Richards Bay. Margate, a cloudy 28. Johannesburg, if you're landing there today at lunchtime, 22 degrees, a partly cloudy day in Josie. And in Cape Town, clear 23 expected at lunchtime. It's your breakfast rush, and just a quick look at some of those headlining stories. One from me now. The Umkhonto we Sizwe party is called for the immediate reinstatement of criminal charges against former senior police officer Johan Boysen and members of the controversial Cater Manor unit, warning the National Prosecuting Authority to act within 7 days or face legal and parliamentary consequences. The party said it had formally written to National Director of Public Prosecutions, Advocate Rodney Andy Mothibi, demanding a fresh evaluation of the case and revival of charges linked to alleged extrajudicial killings in KwaZulu-Natal. The party argues that the Cater Manor killings were not isolated incidents, but part of a broader pattern of police conduct dating back to the apartheid era.
Outside of South Africa, Hezbollah leader Nichal Cassim yesterday urged Lebanon to cancel a planned meeting with Israel in Washington the following day, reiterating his group's rejection of direct negotiations with Israel. The Lebanese and the Israeli ambassadors to the U.S. are scheduled to meet in Washington today to discuss holding direct negotiations between the two countries. French President Emmanuel Macron said yesterday France and Britain will work on a peaceful multinational mission to restore traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, but it would be separate from the warring parties.
They're not worrying about anything. They're warring. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Anyway, 2 of the 5 women arrested in a multi-million rand drug bust at OR Tambo International Airport have been granted bail as investigations into the high-profile trafficking case continues. The Kempton Park Magistrates Court granted bail of 15,000 rand each to Vuyokazi Toko, who's 43 years old, and Elisa, who's 45, who were arrested last month after allegedly attempting to smuggle drugs worth more than 5 million rand out of the country. As part of their bail conditions, the pair must report to their nearest police stations at designated intervals.
Frightening what we would do for a couple of rands.
They were taking it out of the country.
Frightening. Still frightening.
Right?
The things we do for money.
Listen, let's be honest, right? Getting caught drug trafficking in South Africa, the punishment is not as bad as getting caught drug trafficking in other parts of the world.
True.
Certain parts of the world, it's a death sentence.
Yep.
It's a life sentence.
No matter what your country does to intervene, their law must apply first.
Here in South Africa, it's hello, let me see your wrist. There you, naughty boy, naughty girl, don't do that again. Yeah.
And then you go out and you do it again and then?
Let's make the other one. That's why you got 2 wrists. Do you know what I mean? My point is this. The punishment system, I want to call it that, in South Africa, we can see it daily in the news, right? Daily. For years we've been reading about it. It's not as bad as other places in the world, which is why our criminals are so brazen.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, we got people who's supposed to be dead. Right? Dead. So they released from prison because now the doctor said you're going to die. And decades later, these supposedly terminally ill individuals are still walking around.
I saw the one in a restaurant the other day, but anyway.
I saw one in the news yesterday.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Are you going for Hajj or Umrah? We at Al Ansar Shop have got you covered. From ihrams, ihram belts and kitabs. We're also stockist of Zamzam water from the wells of Mecca, dates from Medina, all at a ridiculously low price. Visit us at 207 West Road or call us on 031 208 1601. Al Ansar Shop, your one-stop Islamic shop.
At Radio Al Ansar, we value your feedback. If you have a broadcasting-related complaint, please send it in writing to the head of the Complaints Committee. Be sure to include your full name, contact details, a clear explanation of the complaint, and any supporting documents. You can email your complaint to feedback@alansar.org.za. That's feedback@alansar.org.za. Or visit our administrative office at 207 West Road, Overport, Durban. Your voice matters to us.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
This is Zara Powell and I only listen to the Breakfast Rush.
Nabi 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 मैं तेरे हुस्नों सदके बरंगे खुशबू दिलों पे उतरा कितना दिलकश खिताब तेरा बरंगे खुशबू दिलों पे उतरा है कितना दिलकश खिताब तेरा أجمل منك لم تلد النساء خلقت مبرأ من كل عيب كأنك قد خلقت كما تشاء نبي 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 ومسكو أنبر يا بوي جنت نظر ملا ہے جس کو ملا ہے جس نے پسینہ رش کے گلاب تیرا ملا ہے جس کو ملا ہے جس نے پسینہ رش کے گلاب تیرا
CBR says 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg. And you on YouTube enjoying the sights of Durban. I was going to say sights and sounds, but the sounds that you're enjoying is the sound of the Rao brothers in the background. But the sights of Durban on your screen right now. Lovely comments coming through. Fazila Kaji, thank you very much for your banter on YouTube as well. Love it. We'll get back into it in a moment or so from now. But I'm just checking, and there's like so much. There's so much that Zach has put on here. The view of the port. Again, yesterday I mentioned I haven't seen the port look so lovely in years.
But have you seen it like at least once in real life? Because I haven't.
Our port?
Looking like
I see
that.
Look, I make an annual trip to on a cruise ship. So yeah.
I have never in my entire life seen it look like that.
Really?
Ever. Not once. And I've been quite a few times.
You went fishing?
No, I went to feed the fish.
Right, you went to fatten the fish up for the fishermen. Okay. Anyway, here we are. How's this one here, right? We're going to open this up to everybody, whether you're watching or you're listening, wherever you are, because this one's got people talking. It's got people talking like for a couple of days now, right? In the light of a recent bold jewelry store robbery at the Gateway Mall in Umhlanga, I mean, broad daylight.
Yeah.
Busy mall, people everywhere. It raises the question, are we doing enough when it comes to security in our shopping spaces? The answer is maybe. Now, here's what we want to know from you, right? Do you believe that having visibly armed security guards in malls will actually help prevent those kinds of robberies? Do you believe that? So like, you walk in and you see this oak with these, guns and what have you. Do you think it's a deterrent? Do you think it helps to prevent these kinds of robberies? And do you think criminals are becoming more daring that even armed security doesn't make a difference any longer? I mean, some people feel that just seeing armed security is a strong deterrent. It sends a message that crime wouldn't be tolerated. But others argue it could create fear or even escalate situations when things go wrong. Now, what are your thoughts? This is what I want to figure out from you guys, right? So WhatsApp 060-904-1056 or hit us up on YouTube in the comment section. Do that as well. Would armed guards make you feel safer or more anxious? Which one is it? Would armed guards make you feel safer or more anxious? And then, do you think malls should invest more in intelligence and surveillance equipment instead? Or is this a bigger issue that goes beyond just mall security?
Do you think it actually would make a difference to the criminals? Whether you're carrying a baton or a gun?
Yeah, it does, because then they know the level of violence that they need to put out. But if you're carrying a baton, the level of violence that the criminal is putting out is not as high as if you're carrying a firearm.
But do you think there's anything that would stop them? Meaning, if you've got a weapon,
they want the weapon,
or they would know that you have it. So now I've got to get two if you've got one, or an extra guy. I don't know. Because I've been following this incident here at Gateway, and like you said, it was a busy time. It was it was also a weekend. It was a Sunday.
Yeah.
But the scary part for me was all 5 suspects were in their 20s.
Right. Fazila Kanji comes through and says anxious. If she sees people with big guns, she gets more anxious. I get anxious when I see the CIT vehicle. I'm going to be honest, man. That thing, to me, is a magnet for bullets.
Yeah, me too.
And explosives. So when I see a CIT vehicle, I don't want to be there. I want to.
When I see them in the parking lot, I wait for them to go.
Yeah, I don't
jump up after.
Just like go around, man. Use the next parking lot. So, Fazila Kaji, we hear you. You're going to feel anxious. Fahim's got a question, kind of off topic, but he says, do these people ever get arrested who burn tires and other objects on the road because they are protesting? Fahim, to be honest with you, and this is my answer, seldomly.
Yeah.
They seldomly get arrested, right? He says, I've never seen anyone arrested. Has anyone ever noticed any of those, guys getting arrested? So you could answer that question there. And then he goes on to say, with regard to the robberies, give rights back to the legal firearm owners. You'll see a significant decrease in crime. Criminals know that they cannot get shot if they are running away. Thus, they use it to their advantage. It's helpful to have a criminal attorney sitting in the studio. Very helpful, I'll tell you that much. So if we're going down the wrong way, then Altaf is going to jump in and say, but wait, there's more. Right? He says, Assalamu alaikum to you. Assalamu alaikum, Sarah Bibi Mustafa Parag. More armed guards are safe. I see it in the CBD. Okie Abu Bakr Khan, patrons will be intimidated if you are armed. 70% customer service, 30% security in the center. I want to touch on that for a sec. Like where I go shopping every day, right? Your normal, your bread and milk stop, right? So, number one, the grocery store that's there treats every single customer as if the customer is a thief.
I remember us having this
Right?
conversation.
And one day I'm going to name and shame, right?
Don't do it.
No, I'm going to.
Don't do it.
Because I'm not a thief, right?
Just go say to the uncle, I want to have a conversation with you. That's
I've tried that. It doesn't work. So that particular store, they're not standing there with a scanner or something to check your receipt for like stock take purposes.
Right.
Like certain stores would do, which I can understand that. You're trying to do a little bit of admin and you know, stock take when goods are leaving the store. Fantastic. You do that. But you've got a security guard who's checking your receipt at the door. What is he looking for? I still, till today, cannot get a concrete answer to that question.
Does he check your packets as well?
Yes, now you're touching my private property. I didn't give you permission for that. When I pay for something, this is my private property. What gives you the right to put your hand into... I don't know whether you were digging your nose before you put your hand inside my packet.
That's
If you
why
were
my
digging
mother
other
says
things,
we
I
must
don't know.
Wipe the packets when we go.
But here's
now
the thing.
I know.
I put it squarely on the shoulders of the owners of that supermarket. They treat every single customer as if that customer is a rogue, a thief.
So a lot of the stores do this now.
No. A lot of the stores don't do that. Some of the stores have legit reasons for doing it, right? So there's somebody who's got a scanner and they're scanning your receipt.
Right.
That's admin.
I get you.
That's a good reason. That's a business reason. Fantastic. If you have a security guard at your door, at your exit, looking at a list, creating a line of people trying to exit, what is that person doing?
Making sure that nothing was stolen.
How? They can't read every single item and then go in the basket and check, every single item correctly fast enough for that queue to move as fast as it does, which means something's not getting done. They're either not reading or they're not checking properly. So you're defeating the purpose.
I don't know. Maybe to instill fear.
In whom?
You know that I'm standing there and I'm not going to check. So my assumption is you think I'm not going to.
No,
I won't
to the
steal.
owners of that supermarket, you're treating us, customers,
Like
people that are
criminals.
putting money in your... You might be a billionaire.
Yeah.
We're still putting money in your pocket.
True.
Right? You might be a billionaire, but we're still putting money in your pocket every single day. Stop treating us like thieves. Then they say, no, we want to make sure that the teller didn't scan something twice. How? Again, you're not checking properly. I'm watching you not check properly. So then you don't trust your tellers. Rather employ people you can trust.
And generally, I can tell you, we would pick up that first.
Exactly. So then I told you that story to tell you this story. As soon as you walk past the door,
Yeah.
there's a guy with a big automatic weapon. Security for the mall. I feel uneasy personally around those guys with the big automatic weapons because I know South African criminals are after that gun.
Yeah.
They want that gun because then they can use that gun in their activities.
Makes sense.
So it's a hectic situation, a big balancing act that we've got to play. It's like we just go shopping, like those people were shopping at Gateway, and the next thing the jewelry store's getting robbed again for the 1,000th time. So you're playing with your life in your hands every time you want to go shopping. Shanaz says, I agree with you 100%. Nisha, I told the manager and security guard to please stop because it's my property and I will and will not allow it to be checked. Now here's the thing. I'm the type of person that would say, make your accusation. Point your finger at me and make your accusation. Tell me what you think I stole.
Right.
If you can't do that, call the cops, have them arrest me, and do that. Charge me for stealing because you are now accusing me of being a thief. And I promise you, one of these days I'm going to name and shame that store because it's becoming an irritation, to be honest with you. You every single day you see my face in your shop, and every single day you want to make me feel like I'm a thief.
You have to find a new store for you.
Yeah. How many guards are checking the parcels, know every item that is in the store and that can read that slip and understand what's going on? Very few. I agree, Nichal. Look into the packet and tick the slip. What are you checking for? Absolutely nothing. You're wasting your time. Sarah Bibi Mustafa. That's because no, I don't live in Overport, Sarah. I don't. That same God you're referring to knows not to ask me for my slip. Imtiaz, yeah. I think I saw him in a store the one day. Anyway, guards carry guns but cannot use it in case of emergency. The law is for criminals. Right. It's unfortunate, but it's true. This is the reality that we're living here in SA at the moment. It's moments before 7. We've got to get you your main news bulletin. Thabile, Duma is in the building with your main news after this.
Brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
We love the breakfast rush.
Every day's a good day.
Did you hear? Your favorite 24-hour dentist has moved? Crown Dental Studio, offering everything your smile needs, from general to cosmetic dentistry. Female practitioner now available upon request. Call us on 081 207 8621 to schedule your next appointment. Or visit our new studio at 26 McCuton Avenue, Durban North. Crown Dental Studio, your 24-hour dentist.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
The Breakfast Rush Main News Bulletin.
Making news at 7, a company chasing a 41.6 million rand claim against the eThekwini municipality saw its legal bid for documents thrown out of court because they didn't exist. Good morning, I'm Thabile. Duma. A company chasing a 41.6 million rand claim against the eThekwini municipality saw its legal bid for documents thrown out of court because they didn't exist. The court case stemmed from an erroneous statement at a council meeting, which led to Solbeth Security Protection Services chasing the Auditor General for documents that it did not have. The dispute started when Solbeth instituted proceedings against the eThekwini municipality in December 2021, suing for payment of about 41.7 million rands for security services allegedly rendered between October 2019 and September 2020. Solbeth claims that the services were provided under a partly oral and partly written agreement between its chief executive and the municipality's municipal manager. The court bid against the AGSA has its roots in a council meeting held to address audit findings for the financial period ending the 30th of June in 2024. The legality of this contract was seemingly raised during that meeting, where the AGSA Auditor Nonkatalo Pepo inadvertently and erroneously confirmed that the contract existed. Suspended police officer Sergeant Afani Nkosi will spend 4 more nights behind bars after his bail application at the Pretoria North Magistrates Court was postponed to Monday, the 20th of April. Nkosi, aged 42, returned to court yesterday for a formal bail application. The National Prosecuting Authority was opposing his release. Police have arrested a 56-year-old man in connection with the alleged rape of a 13-year-old teenager in Gauteng. The suspect is expected to apply for bail in the Rhodoport Magistrates Court tomorrow. South African Police Service spokesperson Demakatso Nebelohowe said that a rape case was opened on the 3rd of April at the Dobsonville police station. The suspect was arrested on the 4th of April and appeared in the Rhodoport Magistrates Court on the 7th of April. He was remanded in custody. A video of the alleged incident is making the rounds on social media. Netizens have called for mob justice against the suspect. The African National Congress Youth League has also since condemned the alleged incident and called for decisive action. Police in Limpopo have intensified their search for missing 9-year-old Fiona Mfuzeni Matotsi, announcing a 100,000 rand reward for information that could lead to her recovery and arrest of those responsible. The South African Police Service said the reward forms part of renewed efforts to break the nearly 4-year-old case, which has left the child's family searching for answers since her disappearance in August in 2022. Fiona was last seen in Itsani village within the Toyando policing area after she allegedly got into a black vehicle without a registration plates while walking home from school. Police spokesperson Colonel Malesela Letwaba said fellow learners who were walking behind her witnessed the incident and later informed authorities. And finally, the United States military has carried out another attack on a vessel in the Eastern Pacific, killing 2 people in the latest deadly strike by U.S. forces on boats that Washington alleges have links to Latin America drug trafficking cartels. U.S. Southern Command, which is responsible for Washington's military operations in Latin America and the Caribbean, confirmed the attack in a post on social media late yesterday, claiming to have killed 2 male people. Southcom claimed that, based on intelligence reports, the boat was transiting along the known narco-trafficking routes in the Eastern Pacific and was targeted with a lethal attack on the orders of the U.S. Commander Francois L. Donovan. Taking a look at financial indicators, the rand to the US dollar is trading at 16 rands and 40 cents, to the euro at 19 rands and 30 cents, to the pound at 22 rands and 17 cents. The Saudi Riyal is at 4 rands and 37 cents. Gold is trading at $4,772.30 an ounce, while Brent crude oil is trading at $97.83 a barrel. That's it for now. I will be back with the headlines at 7:30 for Radio Alansar News. I'm Thabile at Duma.
You know, a lot of people that know me know that I am on this daily learning journey. Every single day is a learning. There's an opportunity to learn something every day. And you've provided me with that today. Thank you very much.
Okay.
But then you also have to do the teaching.
Okay.
You provided the opportunity to learn, but now you got to do the teaching. Because I know how to say Tembisa.
Yebo.
I know how to say Tembisa. Right? I might not be pronouncing Tembisa the way Tembisa's mummy wants me to pronounce it.
But it's Tembisa.
But it's Tembisa, right?
Yes.
Now. The opportunity for learning.
Yes.
Right, and I'm stressing on this because somebody with filthy mind is going to be thinking the other way, but it's learning. Fakude. What would be the correct pronunciation of this surname?
Fakude.
There's no G in there.
Fakude.
There's no G in there.
There's a K.
That's what I'm. Oh, it's not Gu.
Not KH. Not Fakude. It's Fakude.
And I'm still going to get this thing wrong.
There's no G.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, so it's Fakude.
Right.
Not Fagude.
Fakude. Like, cool.
It's the tajweed that makes
a shorter
sound
oo.
like a G.
Like a shorter oo.
Yeah.
Fakude.
Yes, just say it.
Anyway,
like that.
the person we're talking about is a senior research fellow at NASBROC the screen. No, a senior research fellow at Africa-Asia Dialogues. And Nazmeera Cassim is going to be speaking with Tembisa Fakude in a little bit from now with regard to the Iran and US talks that collapsed in Pakistan yesterday because global tensions are once again in sharp focus after high-stakes nuclear negotiations between the United States and Iran collapsed in Islamabad, Pakistan. Now, I haven't used Truth, the social media platform. I haven't read it. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it is, right? I've not gone on there. But apparently, President Trump of the United States goes onto this platform on a fairly regular basis, posting anything, really. He's that guy. Anyway.
Whatever comes to mind.
And whatever AI spits out, right? He just goes and posts it. So I'm saying that because I cannot fathom a graphic designer sitting down and going and designing an image of Donald Trump, as he says it, a doctor working for the Red Cross because they support the Red Cross. And that thing being posted. Do not put that up, Zach. I can see the gears working in Zach's brain, and he's like, I'm gonna find this thing and I'm gonna put it up on screen. Please don't do it, because I find the picture a little bit blasphemous. A little bit. Because it kind of makes it look like a Western image now, right?
Right.
So everybody that's listening in that's got their pants too tight, just hang on for a second. It kind of looks like it was trying to be an image depicting Trump like Isa alayhi salam.
Okay.
And then it disappeared after people complained. Just like how Thabile is disappearing now.
I don't know. Maybe it's something like you say he created himself.
Yeah.
Posted it.
Crazy. But we'll get into those discussions with regard to what's going on. Iran and US talks collapsing in Pakistan after those.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African, and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Rediscover the foundations of faith every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2 p.m. on Radio Al Ansar. Join Maulana Muhammad Salih Jisab Arbi Qadri Moini for Back to the Basics, a dedicated journey through the core principles of Islamic teachings. Whether you're deepening your knowledge or reconnecting with your spiritual roots, this half hour will guide and enlighten. Tune in to reconnect, rediscover, and reaffirm your faith.
Africa.
For too many communities across Africa and the world, access to clean water remains a dream. At Africa Muslims Agency, we dig deep, reaching into the heart of the earth to fill the cups of those in need. Sponsor a water well for 16,500 Rand, or a borehole in Afghanistan for 55,000 Rand, or Africa for 65,000 Rand, or any amount. With water comes food, health, education, and growth. An ongoing reward with Africa Muslims Agency.
The views and opinions expressed by the presenters and guests of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
It's 14 minutes after 7 now. Global tensions are once again in sharp focus after high-stakes nuclear negotiations between the United States and Iran collapsed in Islamabad, Pakistan. J.D. Vance confirmed that Washington is holding firm on its demand for long-term guarantees that Iran will not pursue nuclear weapons, a sticking point that has left talks deadlocked. At the same time, concerns are mounting over instability in the Straits of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil transit routes. Shipping traffic has slowed significantly. Tensions remain high despite a temporary ceasefire, and global oil prices have surged to around $120 a barrel. With energy markets under pressure and geopolitical risks rising, the question now is whether this crisis could escalate further and what it means for the rest of the world. To help us unpack this, we're joined by Thembisa Fakude, Senior Research Fellow at Africa-Asia Dialogues. Thembisa, good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Rush on Radio Al Ansar.
Thanks for having me.
From your perspective, how significant is the collapse of these talks between US and Iran?
Well, it was expected, and it was a bit ambitious that you could reach an agreement in 21 hours with two parties that have not had direct conversations for over 40 years, and they've been fighting for over 40 days. A very brutal fight or attack on Iran is taken place, and to expect that in less than 21 hours you'd have expected an agreement was a bit far-fetched. But again, the Americans are not really interested in peace, and we know, for example, that even the delegation of Iran that was heading to Pakistan were fearful that Israel might have just shot down the aeroplanes that they were traveling in, because it's an unhinged leadership of Benjamin Netanyahu. And Iranians, notwithstanding what the Americans are saying, they've repeatedly said they're not going to be producing a nuclear weapon. Ali Khamenei, the previous Ayatollah, said so many times before, including quoting some of the Islamic injunctions which prohibit the establishment or production of a weapon of mass destruction. And this is a country that has never attacked anyone. The countries that continue to attack people and pose a serious threat in the region is Israel. It has nuclear weapons, and everybody's fearing now that they might just use them against Iran. They've committed genocide in Gaza. They continue doing so in the West Bank. But the pressure is on Iran, is the same country that went to ratify the non-proliferation treaty without being forced to do so. So there's a lot of hypocrisy going on at the moment. But people are going to be impacted, of course, by the war that's taking place there, with the United States joining in, blockading the Strait of Hormuz, which therefore will drive the prices of oil very high to the gratification of Donald Trump, who has said that the United States will be doing good business when the prices of oil is high.
The US is demanding long-term guarantees that Iran will not pursue nuclear weapons. Is that a realistic expectation in diplomatic terms?
No, it's not a realistic expectation, nor is it a good precedence. You can't have a country that has got large numbers of nuclear arsenals, has not ratified the non-proliferation treaty. You've got Israel that poses a threat in the region, and you've seen what they can do in terms of carpet bombing and scorched earth mentality of killing the people in Iran, in the Middle East. Having nuclear weapons, and nobody's putting them under pressure, and yet the country that has not attacked anyone is being put under pressure for not having nuclear weapons, simply because you have Benjamin Netanyahu, who insists that Iran could use a nuclear weapon against Israel. So it's unrealistic, and I don't think it must be allowed, because the precedent is setting it really wrong. We're going to have bullies that can have nuclear weapons, and who have proved time and time over again that they will use them whenever they find themselves in desperate position. So it's unrealistic and reasonable, and I think the precedent that's set here is certainly going to impact how the world order henceforth is executed. And you're going to have the countries not only in the region but throughout the world who are also their own ambition, peaceful ambition, particularly civilian nuclear projects like Iran has claimed to be having. Because nuclear is not just bombing, it's also about energy augmentation and supplies. And that's what Iran has been saying, that their nuclear program is a civilian program, and they want to use it for their economy, technology, and other fraternities within Iran. But we have the United States who want to stop all of that and leave Iran without the nuclear technology whilst the entire world is moving forward with the nuclear technology.
Let's move over to oil prices really quickly. Oil prices have remained unstable and shooting over $100 a barrel at any sign of instability during ongoing negotiations. What immediate impact could this have on global and local economies, and especially here in South Africa?
Well, it's going to be the prices, of course, inflation is going to be impacted. But at the same time, the opportunities in such times, the advent of alternative energies, which had already started, and Donald Trump pushed them back. There is a need for an alternative energy. That's one. The other thing is, countries like South Africa, for example, it could just be an opportunity to revive for example, public transportation. That will help cushion the impact of these prices on normal consumers. We have a train system in this country that's just been fixed. Millions of rands were invested in fixing the train system, but it's running empty. And maybe this is the time where we can resuscitate the public transportation and encourage people to use public transportation, and that could save them money, at least, and cushion them from these prices that are going to be escalating, and we don't know when they're going to be coming down.
As a final question for this morning, could this trigger a longer-term energy crisis if tensions persist?
It's likely to do so. It's going to certainly trigger a long-term energy crisis. But there are also other attempts to come up with alternative corridors in terms of transportation of oil. The reason why in this situation is because there has been one main waterway that transport energy from the Gulf to the world. Indians are talking about an alternative corridor using pipelines. Saudi Arabia is talking about something similar. Many other countries are doing so. South Africa is thinking of reviving its refineries and going back to the technology that Sasol has always had of extracting oil from coal. So there are a lot of other technologies that are now going to be revived as a result of this. So whilst this is going to have an impact, but I think in long term, the countries are going to start looking at alternatives to avoid being trapped in similar situations in the future.
Thank you very much for your time and insight on the subject this morning, and we want to wish you a wonderful day ahead.
Thanks for having me.
That was Senior Research Fellow at Africa-Asia Dialogues, Tembisa Fukude, this morning, talking with us about what's going on there in that region of the world with these high-stakes nuclear negotiations between the US and Iran collapsing in Pakistan just yesterday. And I think he makes a good point when he's talking about the bullies of the world complaining about the country that's getting bullied having weapons.
It's always the case, right?
You know?
Those that are guilty like to prove that everybody else is so-called guilty. But the effect on everybody that's innocent is the crisis here. And I think what we as South Africans should take off it is just try and save every penny, because we don't know where this instability is going to go and also for how long.
Because we heard that it's going to last 2 days more, 5 days more. It'll be over in 2 weeks. And then here we are 40 days later.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African, and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickville Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Are you going for Hajj or Umrah? We at Al Ansar Shop have got you covered. From ihrams, ihram belts and kitabs, we're also stockist of Zamzam water from the wells of Mecca, dates from Medina, all at a ridiculously low price. Visit us at 207 West Road or call us on 031 208 1601. Al Ansar Shop, your one-stop Islamic shop.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Do you have what it takes to win? Call now and let's find out together.
The Breakfast Rush.
0861 904 904.
Hi, my name is Raya from Dubai and I listen to the Breakfast Rush Radio Al Ansar.
This feature on the Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, the Workshop Durban, Mega City, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0.
You heard it, 0861 904 904. If you want to win with your Breakfast Rush and the Cellular City Group of Vodacom stores, now is the time to call. Not on WhatsApp, not even on YouTube this time around, but on the studio line directly. Brother Mondli is standing waiting for your call, 0861 904 904. So we're calling it the Go Beyond with Honor Challenge, and we invite you to stand a chance to win a weekly giveaway and a grand prize of the new Honor 600 Lite. Remember, this device is not currently available anywhere globally because, well, it hasn't even launched yet. Your weekly prize itself is not something that you can purchase from anywhere. It's a stunning bag. It's got a wireless mouse. We've got what I'm going to call verbatim your Stanley Cup. We've got your phone holder and another water bottle. So all of this branded in beautiful Honor colors, as well as the main prize, that Honor 600 Lite Android device that you can win if you just go onto your socials, go onto your Instagram, type out at Cellular City Group. That's City spelled CITI. Give them a follow and you'll see the advert right in front of you. And what we'll do is pretty much just ask you some questions based on exactly what's on your screen. So open book test. We've got Razia Ismail that's on the line. Razia, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Nazmeera.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, shukr.
Razia, do you have the Instagram account opened? Can you see the answers in front of you?
But I had a look at it.
Okay, perfect. So let's do this. Bismillah. Question number 1 for you, Razia. What is the battery life of the Honor Choice Earbuds 7i?
40 hours battery life.
Perfect. Well done. MashaAllah. Good memory you have. Question 2. What is the cash price of the Honor 600 Lite?
600.
G. The cash price.
939.
Repeat that answer for me, Razia. What is the cash price?
939.
The cash price of the Honor 600 Lite.
499 rand.
Look carefully, Razia. It's there. It's on the site. This is the brand new phone that is launching. We're asking you for the cash price, not the contract price.
939.
Not the answer that we're looking for, Razia.
Oh.
Sorry, Marv. But G? I'm listening.
Okay, good. I've got the other prices, but I haven't got the price for
the Honor 600 Lite. One more option. I'll give you a hint. I'll tell you that it's 4 numbers, and all 4 numbers are the same. The cash price of the Honor 600 Lite. So the purchase price of this phone that hasn't even launched yet. Razia? What's your answer?
I think I didn't check that price.
Okay. Razia, Jazakallah for trying and keep trying, inshallah. If it's for you, it will be. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
This feature on the Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, the Workshop Durban, Mega City, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0, Vodacom shop. For smartphones, laptops, routers, asset insurance, gaming, IoT, payment platforms, and the latest gadgets to always keeping you in the forefront of innovation and technology. Home and business internet to ensure that you have the best connection. Plug and play home internet to fully installed fiber. Our infrastructure provides a resilient platform for your critical business applications, which will help your business perform best. Vodacom shop at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Westwood Mall, The Bluff, The Workshop Durban, Umlazi Megacity, Bridge City Kwamashu, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Sandton 2.0.
The Breakfast Rush. News headlines.
Making news at the bottom of the hour, angry Marion Hill community leaders yesterday walked out of what should have been an SAPS public participation process, saying that they could not be part of the process years after failed promises of a permanent police station in the area. A case of extortion has been opened against a senior independent police investigative directorate official who has been at the Madlanga Commission on a watching brief. And finally, Super Typhoon Sinlaku is closing in on the remote Mariana Islands in the northern Pacific Ocean, where the massive storm system is due to bring destructive winds and heavy rains. That's it for now. For Radio Alonsar News, I'm Thabile Duma.
Thank you very much, Thabile Duma. More news coming up at 8 this time around from Johannesburg. Our attorney is Altaf Raouf, the director of a Durban-based law firm with a specialization in labor law, has his LLB degree obtained from UKZN a number of years ago and specializes in criminal law and civil law, somewhat of a general legal eagle. He'll be on the show in not too long from now. Now, if you're on the roads this morning, do take it nice and easy. We are unable to get a hold of Superintendent Raouf this morning, so unfortunately missed the second and third traffic updates. It's well, hopefully he's okay wherever he is.
He did say it's going to be a very busy Tuesday morning.
He did. It's going to be a very busy Tuesday. So you take it nice and easy on the roads.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
This is the weekly debriefing, where headlines meet hard truth. I am Muhammad Yas Kareem, so join me every Tuesday at 2 p.m. on Radio Al-Ansar for sharp analysis, global context and local relevance. From geopolitics to breaking news back home, we'll bring in the journalists, the commentators and the stories behind the spin. Stay informed, stay ahead. The weekly debriefing, Tuesdays 2 to 3 p.m.
At Checkers, our Steakhouse Classic range is crafted for those who take pride in every braai. Each cut is hand-trimmed by our expert butchers, perfectly matured and vacuum-packed for tenderness that melts in your mouth. From man-sized T-bone steak, beef tomahawk and classic steak cuts, our butchery brings you over 21 Steakhouse Classic steak cuts to choose from, perfectly prepared. Checkers Cowie Park and Westwood Mall. Butchery, bakery and deli, certified by the NIHT.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
You are listening to The Breakfast Rush with Nazmeera Cassim and Nichal Sarawan.
तैबानी की बात करते हैं मैं और दिल घड़ी घड़ी या हुजूर तैबानी की बात करते हैं आए तो अगर कभी या हुजूर फिर न जाने की बात करते हैं आए तो अगर कभी या हुजूर फिर न जाने की बात करते हैं मचलते हैं ज़माने से یہی ارمان سینے میں کہ جو بھی عمر باقی ہے کٹے جا کر مدینے میں مچلتے ہیں زمانے سے یہی ارمان سینے میں کہ جو بھی عمر باقی ہے کٹے جا کر مدینے میں طیبہ میں گلی گلی یا حضور سر جھکانے کی بات کرتے ہیں طیبہ میں گلی گلی یا حضور سر جھکانے کی بات کرتے ہیں آئے تو اگر کبھی یا حضور پھر نہ جانے کی بات کرتے ہیں مدینے کے مسافر ہے مدینہ اپنی منزل ہے عنایت کی نظر ہو تو ہر ایک آسان مشکل ہے مدینے کے مسافر ہے مدینہ اپنی منزل ہے عنایت کی نظر ہو تو ہر ایک آسان مشکل ہے عاشقی قدم قدم یا حضور آزمانے کی بات کرتے ہیں عاشقی قدم قدم یا حضور آزمانے کی بات کرتے ہیں آئے تو اگر کبھی یا حضور پھر نہ جانے کی بات کرتے ہیں ہمارے جنید اسماعیل طاہر صاحب توجہ رکھے ہزاروں جنت زاہد مدینے پر نچھاور ہے وہ گھر ہے کملی والے کا وہی جو رب کے دلبر ہے ہزاروں جنت زاہد مدینے پر نچھاور ہے وہ گھر ہے کملی والے کا وہی جو رب کے دلبر ہے ہم وہاں کبھی کبھی یا حضور گھر بنانے کی بات کرتے ہیں ہم وہاں کبھی کبھی یا حضور گھر بنانے کی بات کرتے ہیں آئے تو اگر کبھی یا حضور پھر نہ جانے کی بات کرتے ہیں مقتر سے صفی تجھ پہ کرم کا جو ان کی نعت تو لکھتا صفی تجھ پہ کرم کا جو ان کی نعت تو لکھتا وہ تیری نعت ہے سنتے زمانہ سارا ہے سنتا در پہ ہم خوشی خوشی یا حضور نعت سنانے کی بات کرتے ہیں در मेहर पे हम खुशी खुशी या हुजूर नात सुनाने की बात करते हैं मैं और दिल घड़ी घड़ी या
Ya Huzur, the title of this one here. Marhum Shoaib Mahmood doing the work on this one here, and wow, the response from you, wherever you're responding from, whether you're at home, in the car, whether you're watching this on your device inside the office, whatever the case may be, the response on this is brilliant. Thank you very much. From so many people saying just thank you for playing it. The name on this message just says Khan. Do you know which Khan this is?
I don't know.
No, could be any
idea.
member of the Khan family. But he says he sends through a picture of Shoaib in a studio, right? And he says, "I'm missing my brother so much."
That smile was also something else. Alhamdulillah. You know when someone loves what they do and they read it for you and praise from the deepest place in the heart, you can hear it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant marhum Shoaib the highest abode in Jannah.
Ameen. Sarah Adams says, "MashaAllah, not." Sarah Bibi Mustafa Parag, may Allah reward him with a high status in Jannah. Ameen. Thank you very much for your messages. Razia Qadir says, "MashaAllah, recording, enjoying it." One more. This is everybody's friend.
MH, he says, "Wah, wah, wah, you made my morning, marhum Shoaib Mahmood." But with that recording, Nishal, and so many others, he'll always live with us, inshallah.
This is it. N2 North, just after the Inanda Road on-ramp, truck broken. Or keeping an eye on the roads for us this morning. Talking about keeping an eye on the roads, a little bit of a march taking place on the roads this morning in the CBD, which is why Colonel Raouf is a bit busy. So if you're in the CBD, wondering why traffic's moving a lot slower than it normally would, there you go. The marchers have not realized just yet that it is April. We're just marching all the way through. Anyway, it's your breakfast rush at 7:45 this morning. Attorney Altaf Raouf is in the building. Altaf, assalamu alaikum. Welcome.
Wa alaikum salam. Assalamu alaikum to listeners.
How are you doing this morning?
Alhamdulillah, all good, can't complain. How are you doing?
No complaints from anybody this morning. As you see on screen, Altaf is dressed for court today, which means busy day for you as well.
Yeah, actually, you're going to be going to 2 different courts today. So
right.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those days.
One of those days. Where do you guys have lunch? I've always wanted to know that. It's like, I've never seen a cafeteria. Is there one in the back somewhere that nobody knows about?
Okay, so certain courts do have a little cafeteria.
Yeah.
But, you know, the nature of the job is that you eat as and when you can.
As and when you can. Well, this morning we had a discussion on a particular store that searches shoppers' packets when they leave the premises. Listeners gave in their various opinions on that practice. The question, though, is whether this practice is legal or not. Altaf, can a store search you when you leave the store?
Okay. So, let's think about it for a second, right? Let's leave aside the emotions about this question. Because
it's very emotional.
I know it is a very emotional question.
Yeah.
And I've seen people get very, very upset when the security guard says, "Listen, I need to check your receipt."
Yeah.
The reaction from a lot of people is, I've just come through the till, I've paid for all of my items, it happened right in front of you, why am I still being searched?
Because the store does not trust its employees.
You know?
That's my reasoning. Anyway, go on.
So, why is the security guard there?
Okay.
Right. You know, your exit point is a security point, and you know, probably the most common explanations would be loss prevention, reduction of theft, and the fact that you have a security guard there who's at the exit, you know, serves as a deterrent,
inshallah,
to any potential wannabe criminals.
Now, is the actual search legal?
So, I raised this earlier. When you enter the store,
right,
look for signage. There's usually a sign, well, maybe a couple of signs, your terms and conditions of entry. You know, I think virtually every premises is going to have a indemnity sign. One of the signs that says something along the lines of the owners of the premises absolve themselves of any liability for any loss or injury incurred on the premises. But you're also going to have terms and conditions of entry. Now, usually what happens is the sign says, by entering these premises, you agree to be searched by security upon exit. Now, it's clearly stated on the sign,
right,
whether you've read it or not.
Right.
You've entered the store, and so it's your tacit acceptance of those terms and conditions. So now, if that sign is up there, you can't now expect to enter and not be searched upon exit.
So what happens, right? What if you don't want to be searched on exit? What do you do?
Okay, so let's just emphasize this. The sign is there. Look out for those signs.
Right.
Because by entering, by stepping beyond that sign, you're agreeing to the terms and conditions of entry. Right? Like I said, it's tacit consent to the search and to any other term and condition that may be present on that sign.
Right.
So you can't refuse to be searched.
Okay.
If you disagree,
yeah,
shop somewhere else that doesn't have the policy.
How should these searches be carried out?
Well, you know, it should always be done in a decent and respectful manner. Right? They shouldn't be embarrassing you in public, and it should simply achieve the objective of the search and let you move on. Check your receipt, check the items in your bag, whether they correspond, sign off on it, and carry on. But Nichal, I agree with you. You know, I've had this experience multiple times. You look at what these guys are ticking off, and you look at what they're looking at, and like, it doesn't correspond.
Two different things.
Yeah. I mean, you look at this fella, and you think to yourself, he's just doing his job. You don't want to make a noise with him because literally he's following instructions. He's quite literally just doing his job. He's been doing this from the morning, from the time the doors open. He is up to there with everybody complaining at him, and he just wants to move on with his life as well. So generally speaking, I don't make a big noise at the security guys, right? I would say, what are you looking for? And the one fella's developed at this particular store quite the sense of humor. And he says, I'm looking for what you bought for me. Which puts a smile on the face, you know what I mean? Anyway, are they allowed to body search you when you leave the store?
So again, this goes back to your terms and conditions of entry. Most of these signs allow for a search of your bags and your packets. If the sign specifically mentions body searches, then obviously you're agreeing to it.
Right.
Now, a body search by its nature is very, very invasive.
Excessively.
Right. Thank God we're not in America when it comes to for traveling around, because they have it really, really bad on that side. Right? But, you know, the search should be conducted in a respectful manner. I would go so far as to say, if they want to do a body search on you, ask them to take you to a private area and conduct a body search in a private area. Not out in public in front of everybody. We're now...
You're going to embarrass the person.
Correct, because if there's 100 people over there and one person out of the 100, they stop to do a body search, there's sort of an...
That's an accusation.
Yeah, they're implying something.
There's an implication there.
Yes.
Right.
That, this person has done something wrong or this person has something on them.
Yes.
It can be publicly embarrassing. No doubt about that.
What if I say to them, make your accusation before searching?
Essentially, tell me what you're looking for.
No. Make your accusation. Like, tell me that you think I'm a thief. Make your accusation before doing that. So then I have now you telling me in front of others, because more often than not, there's no private area.
Yes.
Correct, yeah.
Because you're right at the front of the store and offices are somewhere else. In front of others, that this is what it is. I want to open you up to litigation.
I think when you ask that question, very few people are actually going to answer that question.
They generally let you walk past.
That, or they're simply going to say, listen, I'm just doing my job. Please let me search you.
No.
They're going to dodge around the question.
They can. They can attempt to. But I'm not a Kevin or a Karen. I'm a private person. I do not like being touched. At all.
Not a Keegan either.
There's no what up in here.
I would...
But like,
no.
Let's assume it's a female, right? I know I'm dwelling on this one here. Let's assume it's a female. Naz, rather you ask the question from a female perspective as well.
So, firstly, I would never go to a store where they're going to body search. Secondly,
right. All of them want to do that.
Are males allowed to search females, and are female allowed to search males?
Okay, so when it comes to searching your bags and your packets, generally, yes, that is allowed. But, even with that, some level of discretion needs to be exercised, especially when it comes to certain products of a female nature. And depending on what the store sells. It may be more appropriate for a female to search a female's bags. However, if we're now extending to body searches should be done by somebody of the same gender.
Yes.
Even with the police, if a female suspect needs to be searched, it can only be done by a female. It can't be done by a male.
But even now, in the world that we live in, that is questionable.
Wait, don't go there.
No, it is.
That's a whole nother show. That is a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. Salams, can you give us examples of signs in the shop?
Okay, so your most common sign, you need to look for these signs at your place of entry.
So at the door, front door, yeah.
Front door, next to the front door, above the front door, on the side of it.
Yeah.
That's where you should be looking for this, right? You're going to find generally your indemnity, which is the owners and management absolve themselves of any liability for any injury or loss that you may suffer on the premises. You then have your terms and conditions of entry, which will be along the lines of, by entering these premises, you agree to be searched upon exit, or whatever else is there. Those are your two main signs that you would see over there. Anything beyond that would probably be dependent on the nature of the business or the nature of the store.
You can read the next one.
I agree. Hussein. Salams, Nichal.
The wedding.
Shop elsewhere, bro.
Yeah. It's the wedding for me. Hussein, that is a brilliant suggestion. The problem for me personally is this is a store that is literally 650 meters away from my house. It is the closest store to home.
Yeah.
It's walking distance from home.
And with the petrol prices nowadays,
thank you,
we have to accept the searches.
So now you go from being a convenience store to an inconvenience store.
We gotta get Nichal a bicycle.
No, I go with the car. I go because now listen, I'm lazy. Ask anybody know me. Nichal lazy. He don't want to carry nothing.
And he only presses the accelerator like 1 centimeter. So when he goes home, he's got the same amount of fuel.
Yes. Yes. Anyway, it's 5 minutes to 8. Altaf, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
They can drop me an email. Email address is altaaf@raooflaw. That's here today. I'll repeat that. altaaf@raooflaw. That's here today. Might take a day or two depending how busy I am, but I usually respond to everybody who drops me an email.
There you go. Salah times, please.
On the 25th of Shawwal, 1447, Zohar 1 minute past 12, Asr 4 p.m., Maghrib 42 minutes past 5, and Isha 2 minutes to 7. Have a lovely day. Be the best version of you.
My name's Nichal Sarawan. This is The Breakfast Rush. Thank you for being the biggest part of it. Do good, be good, have an amazing day.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation.